Hello, everyone.
I thought you said there was no mic.
No, it's on. I just
Oh.
forgot to choose the right mic. There we go. Okay. Sorry, guys. We just had the wrong microphone on. There.
Okay, start again.
Yep.
Hello. I have not bought groceries on sale in probably 2 months because the grocery ads right now have been awful. There really haven't been any good sales for groceries lately. In my town, I haven't purchased anything on sale for at least 2 months, maybe slightly longer. I did my meat sale, and that was 2 months ago. And so, yeah, it's getting slim pickings out there. So what do you do when you don't buy all of your groceries on sale anymore and you just have to pay regular price? Dun, dun, dun. Here's my new thumbnail. All right.
Forget about it.
So what do? Well, you just do the best you can. There really hasn't been any good grocery sales here at my stores for at least, really good ones for several months, but it's been, like I said, too much since I have bought anything. And so I just buy things regular price, just get the best that I can. Now, how do I save groceries and where do I save groceries? So I cut back. Well, I don't cut back. I just don't buy it in the first place, but I just buy regular stuff. Just buy regular milk. I'm not buying organic. I'm not buying grass-fed. I'm not buying any of this fancy schmancy stuff. I'm just getting regular old milk. I'm getting the $1.42 bread at Walmart. They used to be 80 cents just like 2 years ago. I am buying regular fruits and vegetables. They happen to have peppers on sale for 60 cents at my Walmart the other day, so I stocked up on peppers. But that was it wasn't a sale ad. Now, as you guys know, usually I say pick up an ad and follow it because that is one of the best ways to save money on groceries, or it used to be one of the best ways to save money on groceries. So what are you going to do instead? If you have a place where farmers markets, sometimes, not all the time, sometimes they're more expensive. You can go to farmers markets and pick up produce, especially at the end of the day. Like if you go the last 15 minutes that they're there, 20 minutes, you can wheel and deal with them and get some good deals at the end of the day. One time when we lived in Idaho, I was doing a farmer's market selling our cookbook right here, except it didn't look like this back then. But I was selling our cookbook, and as we were getting ready to close up, the guy didn't want to take home the peppers, so I got an entire box of peppers for $1. It was crazy. So sometimes they will just give you a really darn tootin' good deal at farmers markets. Now, I do not shop at farmers markets to support local farmers. I think that's a bunch of baloney. Sorry. But my family is farmers, so I know where the farmers are coming from. But the majority of farmers markets now are just people buying stuff from the bigwigs and bringing it in and just selling it as a farmer's market. So that's why I don't buy anything from farmers markets. Here, they're expensive. It's not worth it. When I went back east 7 years ago, the farmer's market was a better deal. Okay, that's fine. Then I would pick up some things. But know your prices. That's where our price book, where did our price book go? Oh, it fell. That's where our price book comes in handy because you can keep track of the ads, keep track of the sale prices. So like peppers are average about 79, 80 cents here in my town now for regular price. So I knew when they were 60 cents, that was a good deal. And what you just do is I put in my stock up price over here on this site, but you just pick 2 or 3 stores and just compare the prices. And when it's at the absolute lowest, according to what normally goes on sale in your town, then you stock up. Like I stocked up on the peppers the other day. The other thing I do is I don't stick with the list. I will shop the clearance aisle. The other day I got bread for 27 cents a loaf. I got French bread. Let me tell you, we're eating French bread instead of spending $1.42 for regular bread. You can make French toast. You can make regular toast. You can slice it thin and use it for sandwiches. You can make French dip. All of those types of things you can make with regular French bread that's on sale. Now, if you guys have comments or questions, please leave them in the description or in the comment section, and Mike will send them to me and I'll get to them. This video is brought to you by our Dining on a Dime cookbooks, guys, right here. This is our volume 1 and our volume 2. Totally separate recipes. They go together, but you don't have to use them together. It's totally separate recipes. I just couldn't fit all of these into here. It's 600 pages and over 400 pages. 1,200 recipes and tips to help you get in and out of the kitchen quick. And then also my gluten-free, dairy-free edition. I am gluten-free, dairy-free, and that is what I make. I'm getting ready to make the honey spice. The honey spice. Go ahead and grab that one.
Which one?
Cookies for myself because I've been wanting something sweet. I'll address it. And they are just darn tootin' good. They are so delicious. If you like a gingery bread type of cookie, sort of, that's sort of what they're like. Okay, so what else do I do to save on money on groceries? First of all, don't buy. I know I sound like a broken record, but the reason why I sound like a broken record is because people are doing this. Stop buying the chips. Stop buying the pre-cut fruits and vegetables. Stop buying all of the soda. This week, if you want soda, stock up. It's on sale this week for 4th of July. My local store has buy 2, get 3 free. It is, I'm trying to look up the price here real quick. It is, it's either 10 or they may have made the price go up. Let's see. It is, yeah, $10.99 now instead of $9.99 for soda. But if you just insist, whoa. Yeah, you see why I'm having a cow? Some people are pilfering my sodas.
Well, you could just say
I haven't.
You can't have them for any reason.
I haven't.
They said you told them you could have them until they got down to 6.
No. Anyway. I buy soda at Thanksgiving and then Memorial Day, and that's it. I'll stock up. Whatever we have then, that's it. So if you want sodas, buy them up now and then go ahead and not get any until Labor Day or Thanksgiving, however you want to do that. My hair is driving me crazy. It just feels weird and I don't know what I did. I got something strange going on here. But anyway, so stop buying all the junk food, all the goldfish, all of the little pouch packets for kids to suck on. That's the most ridiculous thing ever is the couch packet or the pouch packets of applesauce and pureed peaches and baby food. Stop buying all that stuff. You don't need to buy any of those things. When my kids were babies, I would take a can of peaches, put the immersion blender in the top, zap it right there in the can, pour it in a container, and I had baby food. I mean, it's just absolutely crazy. So, all right, go ahead and send me the comments and questions. Now, what else do? I cook at home. Use your crock pot. If you don't want to start your oven this time of year to heat up the house, it's fine. Use your crock pot. My other channel, Super Easy Recipes, I just made 3 cakes in a crock pot. I got a crock pot lava cake cooking right now because our daughter's coming to visit for the night. And so mom's coming over, so we're going to have dinner with everybody. And so we're just going to have that for dessert, but I didn't have to turn on the oven if you don't want to. Yeah, it works great for gluten-free recipes also. So you can go ahead and use your crock pot for desserts, side dishes, and your main dish. Last night I put in a pork roast, cooked it in my crock pot for several hours. I think it was like 7 hours. And then we're having pork roast for our meals. We had green chili last night. We're having barbecue pork tonight. And if we have leftovers, we'll have stir fry tomorrow night. So you can cook and still have basically a super low grocery bill by just cooking at home. Eating out is probably one of the biggest wastes of money that you could ever have. I mean, it's just shocking how many people think nothing of eating out.
Especially now. Wow.
I don't know. It's, I just am just flabbergasted. I know one person who spends $2,500 a month just eating out, and probably another $1,500 to $2,000 to buy groceries, and there's 3 of them.
Whoa, 1,500 to 2,000?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, you know, it's crazy what people will spend. I probably spend about $400 a month on groceries for my family. Yeah, we eat some of my recipe groceries, like for my recipe channel, but you know, the majority now, because we only have, you know, a couple, 3 to 4 people, it just depends on how many at home. But now when I'll do my recipe videos on the cooking show, I'll just throw away the food because we just can't eat it all. And so I don't count that food in my grocery bill, but my actual grocery bill is about $400 a month for 3 to 4 of us, depending on who's home and who's eating. So it can be done if you want to. Check out our Dining on a Dime cookbooks and our price book. The link is in the description below. You can go ahead and send me those comments and questions.
I did.
Okay, he did. He's on the ball. Woohoo. Okay. Which is better, Kroger or Walmart? Depends on your town. I don't have a Kroger in my town, so I'm stuck with Walmart. When I lived where there was a Walmart and a Kroger in the same town, Kroger, hands down, was always cheaper than Walmart. I only bought, well, I can't say only, but 80% of my food was purchased on sale at Kroger. And so I lean towards Kroger when I have one in my town, but I don't have one. I'm looking at the Kroger ad right now, and they really don't have that much for the 4th of July. It used to be the 4th of July was great, but right now, if I was at Kroger, they've got sour cream and cottage cheese for 88 cents. So that's a good deal. They've got cheese for $1.49 for 8 ounces. So that's a good deal. Ice cream for $1.99. Mayonnaise for $2.99. This week is usually a good week to stock up on your mayonnaise, mustards, ketchups, all those. Hot dogs if you want them. Hamburger. They've got on sale. It is $3.99 a pound. So that's so-so. I mean, I think from what I'm hearing about meat prices, beef is at an all-time high. And so I would say probably $3.99 would be a good deal for that. They got pizzas for $2.99, frozen pizzas. So you're not ordering out pizza when you need it. So I would say those are, you know, decent deals. Pickles, $2.50 each. And buy one, get one free. Cake mixes. So here's the thing. Buy one, get one free could be a good deal, but maybe it's not. So let's just look this up here real quick. Yeah, $2.49, buy one, get one free. That would make it $1.25 each. It's $1.27 at my Walmart for cake mix. So no, that's not a good deal at Walmart. So that's where you have to have your price book so you know when it's a good deal and when it's not. So, you know, I know a lot of times buy one, get one free mayonnaise. It's not always a good deal. If mayonnaise is $6 and it's buy one, get one free, so that makes it $3, that's a good deal. But if it's buy one, get one half off, maybe not. It just depends on your prices. That's why you have to know your prices. All right. Dale says, Lucky, I saw this. I don't get notices anymore. You might unsubscribe and then resubscribe and hit the little notification bell. That happens. I'm so glad you were able to join us. Normally, we're doing 4:30 on Wednesdays, but my daughter's coming to visit, and she's going to be here around showtime, and we only get to see her tonight. So we are not. That's why we moved it up today. And Virginia, Grandma, says she likes the earlier time also. And Tanya, hello. She saw our email. If you guys aren't a part of our email newsletter, go to livingonadime.com and you can sign up for our email newsletter. And if you sign up, you get our free, what's our freebie now? Is it my 22 recipes?
Yeah.
I think it is. So we give you a little sampling of our recipes. So you can go get that if you sign up for our email. Hello, Connie. Hope you're staying cool. It is a really nice and toasty 96 degrees here. Can we all just say, let's just die, please?
Especially in Wyoming, where we had a freeze warning, 10 days ago?
Yeah.
A week ago?
10 days or 2 weeks ago, we had a freeze warning. I did not move to Wyoming for 100-degree temperatures. I did not. Let's see, Pam or Tanya. I have the best boys. They gave up their show so I can watch today. Ah, thank you, Tanya's boys. Thank you. Deborah loves the earlier show too. Pam, in Arizona, they don't have ads anymore. You have to go online. Yeah, most of the places have to go online now. May says, glad to see you live this early. How are you guys doing? I have the volume 1 Dining on a Dime ebook right here. Thank you. Yeah, you can get all of our cookbooks, guys. Easy recipes with cheap ingredients that you have on hand in the description below. Thank you. I am so glad that you love our cookbook. Cece says she just got a ton of French bread too. Very good. Cheryl says, I go to Quality Foods on Monday and Wednesday and get reduced meat. Very good. Yeah, find out when your meat is marked down at your grocery store. Now, my Walmart, when they mark the meat down, it's not a very good deal. So in that situation, what I do is we just don't eat it. There was one time, I think it was 2022, where we had hamburger. I can't remember if it was 6 months or a year. We didn't have hamburger because it was just too expensive. Well, we're right back up there again. I'm just not going to do it. My son made spaghetti yesterday, and he used leftover roast beef that I paid $3.49 for 6 months ago, and it was in the freezer. So just may not be able to buy it. I would buy chicken quarters, which are a lot cheaper. Put them in the oven. Put them in the crock pot. Shred them up. There you've got some chicken meat. So maybe chicken and pork. You just may not be able to eat beef. Jersey Gypsy, did you know Mexican cooking on a budget has copied your idea of planners? It's not my idea. These price books have been around forever, and planners are a dime a dozen. So, I mean, I know her. She's great. I'm okay with that because she's not really copying anything. There's nothing new under the sun, guys. Somebody can say they've come up with a brilliant idea. I actually did come up with something that I have not heard anybody say ever before. And I'm like, oh, I've never heard anybody say that idea. But pretty much 99.9% of the stuff, it's been done before. Deborah, hope you're feeling better. Tara, thank you. I am not, but thank you. Karen, let's see. You can send me the next one. Karen says, I have the price book and I bought it to support you guys, never intending to use it, but I love it and use it all the time. Thank you so much.
Oh, thanks.
I am so glad you are loving it. Pam loves the cookbooks. So much information. She has several of them. Thank you. Yeah, there are people. So this is our 12th edition. We've been around for over 25 years, guys. This is my 12th edition, and some people literally have every single edition I've ever put out. It's insane. So if you're one of those people, thank you so much for supporting us over the years. We really appreciate it. Hello from Anderson, South Carolina. We bought Bustin' Butts for 99 cents a pound last week. Very good, Pam. Very good. Jacqueline says, God bless you all in Jesus' name. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jennifer, I made your easy homemade dinner rolls and copycat Texas Roadhouse butter today. That is in Volume 2, if you're looking for it, also on our website. If you go to our website, livingonadime.com, you can find the recipe there. My husband is excited, to say the least. It won't last long at our house. That is great. Wanda, how long does boiled and scrambled eggs last? So I would say scrambled eggs 3 or 4 days in the refrigerator. Boiled eggs, I would say probably 5 or 6 days. Tina, we love your meatloaf recipe. Kids don't like onions, and your recipe uses onion powder, so they won't eat it. That's a win. Yeah, that's a great tip. If your family doesn't like onion or whole garlic or, things like that, use the powder. That's the spice. Use the spices instead of the whole onion, instead of the whole garlic. If you're just out of it, you can substitute. If you don't have onions, just substitute onion powder. Dwana says, I have gotten garden stuff from my son. I just put it in jars in the fridge. It lasts longer. No good sales here either. And I have 4 different stores to choose from, plus Bulk Barn and 2 surplus stores and a Costco. Yeah. It is crazy how little sales there are now. Now I can see the inflation that is here now. And even at that, though, guys, groceries are not unaffordable at all. They just aren't. And so people, the fact of the matter is people just want to spend their money on other stuff, and they just don't want to admit it.
I looked online before the show just to see about are there not sales in the stores so much, and they were saying that the sales are fewer because the places that are producing various food things are having supply chain shortages. So they're not marking it down because they're trying to not get rid of it. They're trying to let it build up again in their warehouses.
Interesting.
So, and we can sort of understand that.
And what source did you use, and how do you know they're reputable?
I did actually pay attention to the source, but I don't remember who it is now. It's like there was a supply chain problem 2-3 years ago, and we were in danger of not being able to get our books. So we ended up ordering extra and having them come in multiple different directions to try to get them here. So I think I understand what those companies are doing, where they don't want to mark it down and move it all out and then have nothing to sell.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So probably, I assume that would mean that would probably end eventually. Although maybe they'll find they're making enough money without sales.
Yeah, it could be. Janet Mom is doing well. Thank you for asking. Cheryl, I have both of y'all's cookbooks, volume 1 and 2. Really love them. Thank you. Yeah, you guys can get them in the description below. The link is livingonadime.com. CC, I never buy chips or soda. I just quit. Lost 6 pounds in 2 weeks from not drinking soda. Yeah, I mean, that's great. I wish I could just stop drinking soda and just start losing weight, but the problem is I don't drink soda. So it's kind of frustrating, but it adds a lot of calories. Those chips and soda, people have no idea how many calories they're just shoving down the gullet every day with those things. Cece, she found our channel the other day when she was making homemade popsicles. Thank you so much. Actually, that's one of my top recipes right now on my other channel, Super Easy Recipes. It is one of my top videos, which is pretty funny since it's one of my first videos I ever did on that channel.
Which one?
Pam's the popsicles. And I didn't even do that video. That was when I was attempting to hire people to do my recipes when I wasn't feeling very good, but I wanted to keep the channel going. So I was hiring people to do the recipes, and that was one of them. Pam, I agree. Cook at home. Yep. Michelle, air fryer hot dogs with cheese are the best. Tried it last night. It melts the cheese and toasts the bun. Yum. Yeah. My son has been making air fryer French dip. So he got the hoagie buns, he got the roast beef, deli meat, and some cheese, and he puts them in there, and then he makes some of the dip and puts it in there. But if you guys need a really good French dip recipe, right here, Living on a Dime, Volume 1. It is delicious. You can send me the next one. Tanya, Meyer has ground beef for $3.49. Not a bad price, so I get a few pounds. Yeah, I would say if you can get that price, that is great. For me, it's not worth driving the 2 hours to Kroger to get ground beef for $3.99. We just won't eat it. May says, how do you make cake in the crock pot? So go to Super Easy Recipes, and it's my newest video on there right now. If you go to Super Easy Recipes, I put the link earlier in. But it's easy. You can also go to livingonadime.com and get the recipes. Melody, just saying, if you haven't bought the cookbooks, you're missing out. Each is jammed packed with recipe tips, info. Each is a wonderful value, and I love mine. I have all 3. Thank you, Melody. Yeah. So what people don't realize is, there's a whole lot in here. So first of all, have how to just save on your groceries in general. And have a whole section here on what it's costing you to buy all these things. I wrote this up, and this is 2018's prices. I'll bet you anything now, we should probably update this if we decide to print again. Well, that sounded weird. But this is 2018 prices, so I bet it's gone up at least 20% since then. But it still holds true. If you do follow all these tips here, and then my mom made out some menus here if you want to do some menus. And then I did some basics on frugal cooking, how to use your freezer. And then we've got all kinds of recipes that are all homemade wassail and ice cream and graham crackers. Got jokes right there. Let's see, what's the joke of the day? Daily, this is my daily prayer. Oh, God, help me to keep my big mouth shut until I know what I'm talking about.
I remember seeing that when I was dating you, and I didn't pay attention. Just kidding. I thought it was pretty funny.
You were warned. You were warned.
Oh, no. Now you have evidence that I admitted I was warned.
Jim says, no good sales for the 4th of July. Not here in Wyoming. Maybe in other places there might be, but not here in Wyoming. Michelle says at her Kroger, though, they have hot dog buns and burger buns for 99 cents. That's good. Denise, eating out nowadays is like throwing your hard-earned dollars into the wind. I refuse. I know. Mike and I went on a taco date the other day. It was $50. I about had a coronary. I was like, I like my taco date, but I don't like it that much. No offense.
Well, we shared a meal.
Yeah, that was sharing.
But we did get an extra taco.
It was $4.
And then back during that thing going around, they had to be shut. They had opened the restaurant for the very first time, and then after a couple months, they had to shut it down for a year. And then the city decided to go ahead and do some construction downtown for 2 summers in a row, which I think was also hard on them. And so at the time, I was buying a drink, an iced tea, just to kind of have a little more on the budget for them. And I looked, and it was like $4 for a kid's tea. And I was like, okay, we're going to start scaling back a little more on that. And of course, at the moment, I think Tara doesn't even want to go out anymore. Not even for date night. So
we're going to have taco date once a month, once a year.
We'll have to downgrade our taco date to
a free ice cream at the convenience store. Free ice cream sample.
Yeah. There's a huge convenience store here that has ice cream, and they have these little mustard cups or those little mayo cups that you get at the restaurants, and it's basically like, hey, here's this for a sample. So sometimes like, yeah, I have a little taste for that, but I don't really want to eat ice cream. So now we've admitted it, they're going to start charging for the samples.
He says, or Noelle says, hey, Tara, how's your gardening going? Oh, you had to bring that up, didn't you? You were so defeated the other day, which I totally understand. I was just wondering how it's going. How's it going, dear?
She's defeated. She surrendered.
Let's just say there's 82 days left until fall. And I'm counting the hours. I literally ripped up my garden last night. Put what I could save into pots, which are completely wilted and almost dead now today because it was 95, 96, I think. So I've given up on this year. I am going to rip up the tomatoes and send a few of those home with my daughter for my son-in-law to plant. He's gotten into gardening. So I'm going to send those home.
He's really gotten into gardening.
Yeah, he's really gotten into gardening. So I'm sending some of those home with her. I'm going to keep the pepper and about 6 or 7 tomatoes and the cucumbers. And the rest, I'm just letting it die. I got some turnips I've been eating a little bit, but not much for those. I had a few snow peas, got a few from those. But I'm like, why am I doing this huge garden to literally just give it away to the entire town? I'm the only one who eats the stuff. Michael will eat the peppers, but he doesn't eat the tomatoes. I could make salsa, I guess, but I'm like, why am I doing this to feed the entire town?
Some things
ridiculous.
Some things I would eat, I just don't think about it, like with the lettuce. I totally forgot you had lettuce out there. And in the old days when the garden was right next to the house, it was easier in some ways to remember that. Of course, also when we didn't have kids and life was simpler.
So all my flowers, the rabbits have eaten. So I was very unhappy about that. I replanted 3 times.
Which ones?
Tried to put up some netting. That didn't work. I Googled how to, we'll say, eliminate rabbits. Shall we put it that way? Was wondering if a BB Smith & Wesson would take care of them. So I looked into that. $250 to get a BB Smith & Wesson. Are you kidding me? $250? So then I thought about rock throwing. Just pummeling them to death.
I thought about asking, we have some friends whose son just absolutely adores snakes, and I thought about asking if we could borrow a python for a while. You want a really fat python? Give it to us.
So then I Googled it, and guess what Google told me? You guys don't think they're not controlling what you learn? They literally, I should have brought my phone out. I Googled how to make the rabbits go to heaven. We'll put it that way. And it said, we cannot give you, I cannot, or whatever, give you that information because it is inhumane to make the rabbits go to heaven. So here are some other things to do. I'm like, I ain't doing these other things. They're going to heaven. So anyway.
Well, in a sense, it's like, oh, what a cute little mouse. Oh, what a cute little mouse. Oh, there's 50 cute little mice. Oh, they're destroying everything in my pantry. Okay, now the mice must go to heaven.
They chewed through my garage door trim. So I was working on cleaning the garage. Rabbit poop and pee everywhere. As a matter of fact, Mike has to mop up the pee. He hasn't got that done yet. I keep seeing that thinking, need to add that to your to-do. I know, we need to add it to your to-do list. But they were nesting under the mower.
Under our old mower, so it had been like a month unused.
It was, I've just had it. To say I'm discouraged. My one joy in life is my garden, and I don't even have that anymore. So it's like, what's the point of even living?
We had some friends that offered to loan us their dog temporarily. Well, I don't know if they were meaning temporarily. I think they're ready to be done with their dog. But anyway, I told them temporarily we might be interested in borrowing their dog.
So we'll just
have a field day at our place, that's for sure.
Do we want to know what's going on? Oh, cleaning. Okay. So let's just say I found a solution. And the population has gone down a little bit, but
I went out and acted like a crazy dog a couple times.
Yeah.
Chased one about half a block down the street.
Oh, I started throwing rocks at them.
Making noise and all kinds of stuff. Well, they were cute at first, but now they're just
Yeah.
Well, like Tar said, her one joy in life, and they've decided utter destruction is their way.
Yeah, and then I realized my aim is a lot better than I thought it was. So I thought I better stop throwing rocks or there's going to be carcasses to clean up. So I didn't know your wife had such good aim.
You didn't explain to me that one.
So anyway, so my garden's not going well.
I shouldn't have shared that question with her after this answer.
It's not.
Well,
so anyway, okay. Sue, Jim, eat more chicken, less cow, save money. Exactly, Jim. You're right. Sue says, always glad to see you promote the price book. Knowing prices is my number one way to deal with grocery prices. Yeah, that's how I save money, is I know my prices. Then I cook at home so that I'm not spending money going out to eat. I really do. You can get our cookbooks and our price books at livingonadime.com in the description below. Linda, yeah, you got email notification for your live. It's hot here in Arizona. I believe you. That is why I don't live in Arizona. So Kathy, she has all of our cookbooks except for the first one, Not Just Beans. Yep, that was what it was originally called. Nobody got the name. It's fine. I called it Not Just Beans, meaning you don't have to eat beans to save money on your grocery bill. Because at the time, Dave Ramsey kept saying, eat beans and rice to save money on your grocery bill. And I was like, you don't have to eat beans and rice to save money on your grocery bill. All you have to do is just cook food at home and you'll save money at your grocery bill. So that's why I did that. But then we didn't change the name. Our publisher that we had for just a little while, they changed the name. Amazing Grace Ranch. Hi guys, how's everyone? Early today. Did you get your borrow? Oh, did we get to borrow a zero-turn mower yet? We did not get to borrow a zero-turn yet. We have a friend, hello Rob, who said we could borrow his, except he lives clear on the other side of town. We don't have a trailer to get it over here. So I saw 2 blocks down, there's a mobile home park, and they mow that. So I thought about leaving a note one day on the mower if I could catch it out there and say, can we pay you $100 to rent your mower to see if it'll work on our yard? So I don't know if that'll work. Did you get started on your fence project yet? Yes. So Jack and I have been working on bleaching our great big fence and staining it.
Man, they've done an amazing job.
Yeah, I'm going to do a video on that. It looks incredible. I knew it was irritating me. I had no idea how much it was irritating me. I just absolutely hated looking over in that part of the yard because it was just so. So Jack and I have been doing that a little bit at a time. And then last night, I'll do this in an upcoming video too. I happened to be perusing. I got that from Trapped in Paradise, perusing. Facebook Marketplace, or our cycle here. And somebody had torn down a white picket fence and they said free. So Jack and I got in the pickup, ran over there, and I got 60 to 80, I'm not quite sure how much, 60 to 80 feet of white picket fence for free. So then today, a lady, when I was perusing again, put on a whole bunch of paint supplies. So I ran over there and got those for free. So I'm getting a lot of stuff. Slowly, so the doctor put me on a new medication. I was doing really good and feeling better. I mean, I wasn't healed, but I was feeling better. And then the doctor put me on another medication. She put me on some stimulants to help me have some energy. And I couldn't figure out why my fibromyalgia was so bad. But it was bad. Let's just say, be happy I'm sitting here today because it was bad. So what was yesterday? Tuesday. So Monday night, I texted my doctor. Hello. And I said, you got any appointments tomorrow? Because I got to get some medication. So I went in and come to find out the stimulants that the other doctor had me on might have been giving me energy, but it caused my fibromyalgia, because it makes your nervous system go quicker. It caused my fibromyalgia to go into overdrive. And I mean, the pain was literally unbearable. I was just like, I just cannot live one more second with this. So I got off all that stuff, and I'm starting a whole nother regimen. But the B12 and stuff that I was on, that I was telling you guys on the last live show, is actually helping me have more energy. So I feel better about that. It's just trying to get the other stuff feeling better now. So Cheryl, this past Christmas, about all of my daughters and daughters-in-laws and all of my granddaughters and granddaughters-in-law your cookbooks for Christmas. They all love them. Thank you. Wow. Thank you so much. You must have been one of the big boxes Mike shipped out. Jamie, still feeding my family of 3. You can see me next ones for only $350 to $400 a month here in Southern California, and she owes it all to us. Thank you.
Oh, thanks. That's awesome.
That is great. That is great. Elaine says people in third world countries go garden, barter, and live off of small amounts of meat with beans and rice. We could learn a lot from them. I know. Maybe I should just go on a beans and rice diet for a month.
You know, I like it.
See what happens. Susie, I have to look longer and harder to find groceries on sale and clearance than I used to. Yes, you do have to look longer and harder, but you can still do it. You can still find ways to save. Yep. Wanda, I don't get to the stores and I miss finding markdowns, especially meats. Yep. Joanne made the mosquito repellent from our newsletter. I think that recipe is in volume 1. If you go to livingonadime.com, you can get that recipe. It definitely works for me. I did not use it on my face where I did get one bite. I will next time. Very good. Amazing Grace says my husband lost 10 pounds by just stopping to drink, by just by stopping drinking pop. Yep.
Wow.
CC, yes, she's still making popsicles. Yay.
CC said you just found us the other day.
Wow.
So welcome.
All right. Let's see. Michelle, she loves the French dip. What do you do? Put in the air fryer. So my son just puts the bun open, the meat, and then a slice of cheese, and opens it on the air and lets it go in the air fryer until it's toasted. So Denise, I bought volumes 1 and 2, and they are the only cookbooks I keep in my reach as I use them all the time. Haven't hit a bad recipe yet. That is great. Michelle, I'm excited for 3rd of July. Red, Right, and Boom is local here, Columbus, Ohio. I think it's as old as me. Sounds like a festival, maybe?
Yep. She said it's the biggest. She said, I think it's the biggest festival in the Midwest.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Go to Super Easy and get my 4th of July recipes. Yeah, so I did a whole video on 4th of July recipes on my other channel, and we have them on our website, livingonadime.com, if you guys still need easy, super easy 4th of July recipes. Jacqueline, I always post my cooking on Facebook. I hashtag living on a dime in hopes others will see your channel, buy the books, and you won't be sorry. I am making French bread as we speak. It's $2.57 a loaf in our small town. We eat a loaf a day, so I'm saving about $700 a year. Wow. Thanks so much, Jacqueline. Guys, we really appreciate when you guys help support us. Thank you so much.
Yes, thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. Also, my other channel, Super Easy Recipes, has the video on how to make French bread or baguette. And yes, I know for all of your purists, it's not a true baguette, but we had to SEO it for what people are looking for. So, which doesn't matter now if the AI has taken over the world. Search engine optimization means squat now. But that's okay because we are smarter than the machine and we are still going to prevail. Right?
Yep. Actually, I'm shocked as to how much AI stuff is out there in terms of pictures, and people seem to be okay with them.
Oh
They're
my goodness.
creepy.
Probably 70% of the stuff I see now is AI.
All the ad pictures are AI.
Yeah.
Because basically they put stuff in front of you and see what you click, and then they give you a lot more of that to try to make you click a lot.
Yeah. Deborah, she's counting down the hours till fall too. Oh my goodness. I absolutely hate summer. Which is funny since I'm a huge gardener, but I hate summer. CC, tomatoes and peppers are great to have on hand. Yep. Susie, this is the only year I haven't planted vegetables. Too many aches and pains. I sit in the yard and look at the flowers. They come up every year. There you go. Wanda, I've never had turnips or rutabaga. Thinking of trying them. I love turnips myself. So I grew a few. I have a few that I grew, but
I've seen rutabaga, but not eaten them. Are they basically like turnips?
yeah.
Or they taste a little different?
Yeah. Lisa, I had to switch to plants the deer won't eat. Oh, all my plants are ones the deer won't eat and rabbits won't eat. I Googled 20 times plants the deer and rabbit won't eat. Nope, they've decimated them all. Tanya, do you still avoid sugar? I am eating a low amount of sugar. So I'm eating a small amount right now. I'm not totally off of it right now. But I don't just pig out either. So like I'll have a half a teaspoon of sugar in my tea, or like I'll roast a marshmallow or two for when we're having fire pits. Elaine, Mike, you just need to give in and build Tara an giant indoor greenhouse. Yep.
Yes.
Maybe we should just turn the whole basement into a greenhouse. I don't know how we would do that, but.
Well, I would think you would have a hard time getting sun in the basement. I thought I would just build you a greenhouse out here.
Maybe.
We've got enough space for a 10,000 square foot greenhouse.
Wanda, live catch traps work good too, along with a 410. What's a 410? Is that another Smith and Wesson?
I mean, it's not as they might make that one, but yeah, it's
another
it's
type
a hole
of
puncher.
It's another type of a Smith and
Yeah.
Wesson. Oh yeah. Let me tell you, I didn't know I was such a good shot. Last time we did Parker practice, I did pretty well, if I do say so myself, for not having shot for 30 years. I didn't think I did too bad.
Yeah.
Jan, I'm getting up my garden area. The problem is you can't do that in town, which I totally understand. But Jan, I'm getting up my garden this area. So for fresh grown, I signed up with local farmer who's doing CSA program and getting laid off from the mine. No garden stress for me this year. That's great. CC says the rabbits say garden is the one joy in their life. Yeah, well, I'm going to suck all joy out of their life. Turds.
I just think of when I was a kid, there was a mouse in my room, and I was like, he's a cute little mouse. Oh, I don't want my parents to kill him. So I just ignored him, pretend like he wasn't there, didn't tell anybody. And the next thing I knew, there were 20 mice in my room. And all of a sudden I was like, okay, they have to go. It's funny how your perspective changes when your sanity is completely on the line.
Sue says, appliance update. Only if it doesn't upset you to share. Did you put that in there or something?
No, she put that in there. I thought it was funny. I was like, just seeing it will upset you to share.
No. There is no update. So we have been without a refrigerator for 3 weeks now, I think.
Yeah.
Upstairs. We do have a spare refrigerator downstairs, thankfully. Now, of course.
But Pollyanna, tell them about the Glad game. What's Glad about that?
So here's the thing. Of course, when the refrigerator was working and I was asking Mike if we should buy a spare refrigerator, I was like, no, we're not buying spare appliances. That's ridiculous. I was seeing one every 2 days on Facebook Marketplace and at the Restore. Now, the last 3 weeks, do you think I have seen one? Nope. Not even one. Not even one. Hopefully this next week, when everyone is moving, because everybody moves at the first of the month, and buying houses, and houses are being sold really fast and stuff right now. Hopefully people will be getting new appliances, I hope. But no refrigerator yet.
It would be great if we find a refrigerator from 2005 where the people are like, ooh, I don't want a 2005 refrigerator. That would be perfect.
Well, and then I was just going to get a fridge only. But then when I looked at the reviews, it was the same problems we're having with our old one. They were having the same exact problems. And the companies weren't fixing it and all that. So, yeah. So, I don't know. That lady, she said Fred's Appliance in Billings. I wonder if they sell used.
You said, oh, because I was gonna say, you said that one that we liked was the same kind of brand as what we had. So we
In
don't really...
stock. In stock. Washers, refrigerators. What do they have in stock?
Did you tell them?
Oh, here she says, text us here. Shop location, Billings. Well, let's just see.
You're texting a computer.
Tara. Oh, I don't. Never mind. They're gonna call me. I don't talk on the phone. Okay. In stock. What do they have in stock? Well, let's just see here. It's all stainless, first of all. Here's a $2,800 cafe one. But see, it's got 4 stars. None of these are that great. So I don't know. I guess I could call them and see if they have used ones. Now, here's something called Element. Did you see this Element one right here? Oh, that's a freezer. Never mind. That's a freezer. So I don't know.
Bosch doesn't make freezers, right? Refrigerators.
Yeah, they do. But that was the one that was really noisy that they said.
Oh, I thought that was the one they said.
Now here's this Element company right here. It's $1,000.
Well,
But it's a French door. I don't like French doors. But I mean, I guess I could do a French door if I need to.
if you didn't have to go downstairs to the refrigerator.
The good news is when you have to walk up and down the stairs, you don't really feel like doing anything. So we've been eating a lot of cereal and a lot of macaroni and cheese because I just don't want to go up and down the stairs to cook.
But also, what's the other glad thing? What else is there to be glad about, Polly?
I don't know because I feel no gladness in my heart at all.
When I came back after chucking that thing off the back of the truck at Home Depot, I helped them unload it.
The house was quiet. As a matter of fact, it's so quiet. We're wondering if we should keep a refrigerator in the kitchen, or if we should put it out in the garage or the laundry room instead, because it's so much more quiet. It's actually great. The house is not vibrating under. Have that undertone of vibrating all the time.
Yeah, actually, I've resisted the idea of some weird thing like putting the fridge in another room or out in the garage or whatever. But after seeing how she and Jack were both sitting there like, it's so quiet. I was thinking, okay, maybe we can put it out in the garage.
Yeah. Jamie, father-in-law has a pest control company here in Southern California. He has to jump through so many hoops with chemicals he's allowed to use. Oh, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. The thing is, the majority of the chemicals, if you just use them according to the package directions, they're just fine. There's nothing wrong with them. Nancy, farmer's market is expensive here. Sometimes I wonder if they bought the veggies at the store. Yeah, I mean, a lot of times they basically do. Loretta, surprised that there aren't more sales with the force coming up. Yep. Jim is having sympathy for me with my garden. Thank you, Jim. Thank you. Yeah. I don't know. I need a reason to live. What's a good reason to live? 82 days until fall. Is that a good reason? Susie, I don't get paper ads anymore. Yeah, most everything's on computer. Loretta just got tomato worms. Oh, I'm so sorry. But she said she got a black light and terminate them at night. That's a very interesting. I've never heard of that.
For what?
Very interesting for worms.
Huh.
Rob says rabbits rule. Well, then I'll just be sending them over to your house.
Oh, I told him. I said, well, come get them. I said, all you can eat. They're free.
You got an all-you-can-eat buffet here. You can have all you want.
Come get them for free.
Does Michelle cook up rabbit?
We're in Wyoming, so we allow hunting on our property.
Oh.
Bring your collection, Rob.
Diana says rabbit stew is awesome. And Denise says it's rabbit meat is really good. How about a slingshot? That's funny. Well, so what I'm doing now is I'm working ahead for next year. If we're still here next year, I don't know if we're going to be here or not. But
where are we going?
To see Jesus, I hope.
Oh, okay.
I I got to have something to look forward to. So what I'm doing was, you haven't seen the video yet because I just haven't been doing any videos because I don't feel like it. But need to slip some Prozac in my water over here.
Well, I think now that you're not poisoning yourself.
Yeah, hopefully I'll
Probably be
start
helpful.
feeling better. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. We went garage selling 10 days ago. And Mom and I ran across this garage sale. Holy moly, the lady was just giving stuff away. And I got a huge thing of peat moss that is $80 to get. It's $80 for $3.
What was it?
Peat moss. Sphagnum moss. So I dug everything up yesterday, and I'm going to put the peat moss in to try and loosen up my soil. And then I'm going to start working on fences for next year and see if I can start getting me some fencing in for next year. Diana, how is Slingshot? Yeah. Jacqueline, I have a question about fluffing your clothing in the dryer before you put them on the line. When you fluff it in the dryer for 10 minutes, is that on heat setting or just air? You can do either one. It's fine. It's just the tumbling motion helps get the wrinkles out. Linda, didn't you have a fence around the garden? No. You can send me the next one. And I wanted to put a fence up around at least where I could see out my big window. But he doesn't feel my eyes boring into his soul.
Say again.
Was like, we don't want to be putting the fence up. I'm like, but the rabbits are eating all my stuff in front of the house.
Well, at the time you said you wanted to go right across the middle of the grass, and I was thinking then I'd have to mow that, and I'd have
removable.
It would be stuck in the. Well, we could have had that discussion in that kind of way. Every time I brought it up, you said, "Yeah, you try." Every time I brought it up, you just said, "Oh, you're just being like that."
I'm going to just individually,
without explaining to me the removing it. Oh shoot.
So I'm going to individually be fencing off my 3 little gardens there in front is what I'm going to try and do. It won't keep the deer out, but it'll kind of help a little bit. So Jacqueline might get that woman a greenhouse. Yeah. Oh, at this point, I've kind of given up on the greenhouse too. I think it's just at this point, everything is just too much work. So I'm just trying to get caught up on the projects that I have. Because what happened was I kind of started one project. Well, I couldn't do one project because I had to do another project that I had to do. So like I wanted a perennial garden over here by the fence. So I started putting that in, and then I realized this fence is just absolutely hideous. I hate the look of this fence. So then I'm like, well, before I put in the garden, I got to get the fence taken care of so that I'm not smashing all my plants when I do the fence. So it's been one of those things where I just keep going in circles and I can't get anything done because I have to wait to do the next thing, but I can't do the next thing until I do this thing. Or I can't finish this thing because I ran out of it. It takes a week to order because we live in the middle of nowhere and I don't want to drive 4 hours to go get what I need at the big city. So it's just been going in circles. Mandy, shred Irish Spring soap, spread across the garden. Yeah, I tried that. They're not. Blood meal, dried egg. I tried pinwheels, about $30 worth of pinwheels at Dollar Tree. Put those all over the place. Not working, unfortunately. Peggy cooks at home and seldom eats out. Yep, that's the best way to save money. Mickey, hey, from North Texas. Cloudy skies and a little rain shower. 90 degrees and humid. Yep. Well, I don't live in Texas anymore either. Oh, I thought you sent me the next one.
I tried to, but there's a million just random ones in here that I'm trying to sort it for you.
Oh. So let me see. I'll start here. Diana says, in November I gave up pop chips, milk, chocolate bars, and ice cream. She's lost 40 pounds. Good for you. Wow. I mean, I have lost, when I was on stimulants, I did lose 6 pounds, so that was nice. Karen, I have so many problems with my glass top stove, washer, dryer that I feel like tar on her fridge and freezer. Thank you. I am not the only one. Thank you. I appreciate that. I have been validated for my appliance problems.
I sent it to you.
I
was celebrating that. You know what? I think we got to be like my grandmother. On their farm, they had a separate house called the barbecue house. This was in Louisiana, y'all might imagine. And the barbecue house had a whole bunch of fridges and freezers and a big stove and a pool table, and that was about it. It was a small house separate from the regular house. What we need is that for a refrigerator. Just have a whole collection of fridges out there.
So how would you compare to your grandma's house to our house now, size-wise?
At the time, I thought hers was just huge.
You always talked about how huge it was, but compared to what we have now, how do you think it is?
I still think her house was probably bigger, but I think her house and property was not much bigger than what we have now.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So now we're rich?
Sure.
So we have lived on a dime and now we're rich?
Well, we're getting there.
Paula, too bad you cannot find a 70s, 80s vintage fridge. They run forever. I know. My grandma had the same refrigerator the entire 40 years she lived at her house. 40 years. And by the way, hello, Mary. My poor grandma, her really good friend, Mary, had to move. So Mary said she's still watching us. Hello, Mary. Thank you for still watching us. Grandma, thank you for being a good friend to Grandma. She really enjoyed your company. Claire says, your fans, we are a great reason to be glad. Yes, you are a great reason. Thank you.
Wait, I'm a great reason to live?
To have a reason to live. I need something to live.
Wow, so I am worthy of you living for.
Louise, what happened to Carnivore? I just never started it. I bought all the stuff for it and I never started it. I need to go on it. And try the Carnivore. And I watched this gal. Her name's Carnivore Claire. Guys, go watch her. As a matter of fact, I never binge watch. Anybody. I binge watched her shows, like all of them. She's lost like 120 pounds or something. And she's from England. But she has CFS. She has chronic fatigue syndrome also. And so it was interesting listening to her talk because it was some of the same problems that I had. But so she inspired me a lot. And so then that's when I went ahead and stocked up and I thought, oh, okay, I'm going to do this. And I woke up the next day and I'm just like, I know I've tried every single diet literally on the planet except for carnivore. And it's the only thing left. I truly have nothing left to try. Nothing. Because everything just makes me sick when I eat it. The only thing I can eat is fish with cabbage, spicy mayo, and grain-free tortillas. If I eat that meal, I feel satisfied and I don't get sick. Or shrimp, fish or shrimp. So for 5 months now, that's been 95% of my diet.
Yeah. Yes, it has.
How do you feel?
Well, I'm fine with you eating it.
I keep harassing Mike and Jack. I'm like, do you guys want some fish? Because they don't like seafood. So that's been 95% of my 90% of my diet. I don't know. A huge portion of my diet for the last 5 months. So I can eat that. And I need to try carnivore. I have nothing left in me to even just try. I'm like, I know I need to motivate myself to do something, force myself, but I just don't care. Okay. Peggy, my fibromyalgia has been really bad too. Yeah, I'm worse in the summer. The heat makes me really not feel well. So I guess maybe I just need to move to Alaska during the summer.
Yeah, I think we need to rethink summer.
What do we need to rethink on summer?
Well, summer is always a super slow time for us. And so we're always thinking, oh, we should pedal extra hard because it's slow. And then the last couple of years, SARS in the summer been like I just want to give up. I quit. And I told her maybe what we should do is do what other people do. Then in September 1st, everything just goes crazy again. And then we jump right in. And I said, maybe what we should do is all year when things are going fine, just plan to take off half the summer or go less than half time over the summer. And then we could go to Alaska or wherever for the summer. We actually were in Europe in 2019 for a significant part of the summer. And it was almost, except for a couple of days in London, it was not above 70 degrees the whole time we were there. It was nice.
But it was miserable when we were in London because they have no air conditioning over there. Like, it was so hot. It literally melted the train and subway lines. It literally melted them. And they just all got shut down for 2 days when we were there at one point. Thankfully, we weren't having to ride any of them.
It was a massive heat wave. We actually got there the day after the massive heat wave ended, but down in the tube tunnels, it was really hot. So, it was hotter. I mean, it had the cool weather had come in above ground, but underground it was still hot. So
Chrissy says my neurologist won't put me on stimulant for that reason. With MS and fibromyalgia, they send me for a loop. Yeah, I didn't know that. So now I know I can't do stimulants. Amazing Grace rants. I already found squash vine borer. Oh, brother. I don't blame you for being discouraged. Nancy, I couldn't make it without Tara's gluten-free, dairy-free cookbook. Husband is gluten-free, other family members. Dairy-free cookbook is wonderful. Thank you. Yes.
Yay.
I am gluten-free, and then I am also dairy-free because dairy gives me migraines. So, yes. And Deborah says her fibromyalgia has been off the charts. Uh-oh. Amanda, hey, I like beans and rice with cheap hot sauce. Yum. Yeah, maybe I should just go on a beans and rice diet. Although the new thing that I discovered when I told you guys 2 weeks ago about the folic acid and the B12 and all that, I didn't know rice has folic acid. So I've been staying away from it to stay off of the folic acid. But yeah, I wonder if basmati rice has folic acid in it. What's it called? Basmati rice? Basmati rice?
Or something
Basmati, basmati rice, I guess. I don't know. Does it have folic acid? Where's the ingredients? I don't see the ingredients anywhere. Do they not have ingredients, or is that all it is? Huh?
If that's the only ingredient, then they don't put any ingredients.
There's no ingredient. So that's it. Wow. Well, maybe I could try that one and see. That might be good. I like rice.
Yeah, if there's only one ingredient and it's on the front of the package, then it's not required to have an ingredients list.
Right here. Product. Oh, yeah. Hot dog. Okay, I'm going to buy me some of that. So I'll try that and see what that does. Kathy loves beans and rice too. Yep. Yeah, and if you need a good bean and rice recipe, if you don't know how to cook them, Dining on a Dime, Volume 1, also livingonadime.com is where you can get those recipes. Nancy, I only buy soda when Dollar General has it on sale. Their ad comes out on Sunday. Bought 3 12-packs of Pepsi last week for $13. Wow. Cece, yes, I watch dessert recipes, but I actually avoid sweets, but I love watching the recipes. Thank you. Patty, I just got home from the store, only by clearance sales. I got 6 pounds of 80% ground beef for $1.90, Northeast Ohio. Yeah, very good. That's a really good deal. Amazing Grace, I bought methylated vitamin B. I hope it helps. Yeah, you might try it. Now, it's not going to probably completely cure you, but I know that when I figured out I had the MTHFR gene, oh man, it's been 10 years at least now. Susan, one of our super long time faithful viewers, texted me or emailed me and said, Tara, you need to check this out. So I did. And when I went on the B12, it helped. It didn't cure me, but it certainly helped. So Ohio Farm Girl, I'm a little behind on video, but I find it hard to believe that it would cost $4 for a drink at restaurants. I just get tap water. Wonder when they'll charge for that. Yeah.
Yeah, stopped getting the drink after I saw that. Well, and we're friends with the people that work there, and the owner is like, "Oh, I gave you a kid's drink." So it was a kid's drink that cost that much. But I just noticed that we don't really go out very much, but things are just really expensive at restaurants and fast food places and convenience stores. I was in the convenience store the other day. I just got a drink refill in my cup that I always carry with me everywhere. And
we don't even have a quick trip.
About half the days they give them to me for free because I haven't been there lately. But when I was there, it was like $4 or something for the regular size candy bars that used to be able to get at the grocery store for a quarter. Like, wow. I mean, even in recent years, it was 59 cents, but all of a sudden they shot up to $4 at the convenience store.
Yeah,
wow.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
And there's just tons of people that it's like they buy all their groceries there. I'm thinking, wow, you must have $1,000 a month grocery bill.
Yeah. Loretta, we planted a garden measuring in at 1,500 square feet. Our veggies are coming in, and we're proud to be able to help some folks in the community who are having a difficult time. Very good. CC, I tried the indoor greenhouse and got little gnat bugs. Yes. So here's an easy way to combat that. And you're going to think I'm crazy, but you mix hydrogen peroxide and water and spray it all over your soil, and it will kill the bugs. KS Ewald says we hit our farmer's market. It was all grocery store stuff marked up high. Yep. Debbie, my sister-in-law requested that you have to have more savory recipes because my brother shouldn't have all the sweets. It reverts to 2-year-old having a tantrum if she won't make the recipes for him. Oh, that's funny. So the problem is for super easy recipes, the videos that go viral are the sweets. Now,
everybody wants the sweets.
The videos that actually make me the most money per view are dinner ones. And I was looking today and I'm like, oh my goodness, our dinner ones make 4 times the amount of money, well, even more than that, over the sweets. But I just can't get the recipes to go viral. So I don't know.
They do? I thought the candies and fudges and stuff were going crazy. The other stuff wasn't.
Well, right at Christmas, but that because it was the Christmas ad time.
I see.
But the rest of the year, so I went and looked, like this year was $29 for this week for ground beef recipes, but it's not, but nobody watches them. So I don't know what to do. Yeah, I was looking at it again today and my head was about ready to explode. Karen, I bought a brand new AC at Home Depot and it didn't work, so I had to take it back. I kind of bought a new one from BJ's. Yeah. CC, my washer ties my clothes in knots if it doesn't like my load. Ooh, that's bad.
She was talking about the appliances being moody.
Yeah, no kidding. Can you send me the next one? Yep. Tanya, I considered getting an extra refrigerator for my garage. Ours is 10 years old, so it'll have to be nice to have a spare. Yeah. I mean, I'm thankful we have a second one. So, you know, I don't want to complain because we have a second one. I'm going to complain anyway because I'm just hacked that they make appliances so chintzy nowadays. But it's not so much the inconvenience. It's just the idea that they make appliances so cheap that they literally don't even go 2 months. You spend $1,600 on a brand new refrigerator. I mean, that's how much we were spending on cars until just a few years ago. $1,600 for a refrigerator, and it won't even last 2 months.
I think the issue that I'm really finding, and this is the same thing with AI and advertising on Amazon and advertising everywhere, is it used to be that your job was to watch ads and pay people money at other companies. Like, I'm a TV guy, or I was. And when I was in school for film and television, they said, what's the purpose of TV? And I said, we were all like, oh, to entertain us, share good stories. And like, they said, no, purpose of TV is to compel you to watch the ads so that other people get paid. And so it used to be where you'd watch a show, it'd be kind of a fun show. It was a little bit obnoxious that there were ads, but you just kind of power through them. And that was it. But it's gotten to where they're not in any way trying to conceal the fact now that all you are is the cash cow. And so, like, the thing with the appliances that I noticed is, like Tara said, $1,600 for a refrigerator, 3 months later it's dead. You got to have somebody come out. But before they'll help you fix it, the company just wants to harass you to pay extra for an extended warranty when it comes with a year warranty, and they don't want to fix the problem on the year warranty. So basically, it's just this whole message of, we don't really care about you. You're just here to pay us money. So shut up and take your broken refrigerator and buy an extended warranty. And that's the thing I'm realizing is I'm feeling that way about all the appliances, about a lot of stuff online. I've just gotten to where, like, a lot of these places are now saying, oh, Amazon, we're paying for the thing that you can watch movies. Oh, but guess what? Pay us more so you don't have to watch ads on the movies that didn't used to have ads before. And then there's the YouTube. They're saying, it's gone from, hey, you don't have to have ads if you pay extra for that. And I understand that. That's fine. But then they say, if you want to see the video in the full quality, you have to pay extra. And I'm like, it used to be a little more nuanced how they gave you some good stuff, and then they kind of gave you the stuff that you didn't like so much but benefited them. But now it's like, forget about the good stuff. So
yep, Deborah's looking forward to seeing Jesus too. Paula says her husband says the same thing any day now. So does Deborah. Amazing Grace Ranch. My husband put the part on in 20 minutes. $15 part. Tex wanted $200 to $300 to come fix it. Wow. Amazing Grace also says our central air went down last week due to 90 degrees. Okay. So Mike put the responses in the wrong way. So Amazing Grace says our central air went down last week during 90 degrees. I looked up YouTube videos and diagnosed it. Found a video on replacing the part, the capacitor. Found a place to buy it. Her husband put the part on in 20 minutes, a $15 part. Tex wanted $200 to $300. I know, it's crazy. Tanya, I got a lamp. I believe it's antique from garage sale for $2. I haven't Googled it to see if it's valuable right now. I know, you can get some good stuff. Paula, our 11-year-old grandson, had gotten bitten in the garage by the cell bug. Or bitten by the garage sale bug. That's funny. It's funny. The preteen teen boys absolutely love it. Jack had some friends that would come up from Colorado and visit him. And we had to time it around the garage sales because they just loved going to the garage sales. And so the first year it happened, the boys were wanting to buy all this stuff. And I'm like, are your parents okay? Oh, it's so cheap. I don't care. I got the money. So then the next years I'd be like, okay, what's the garage sale rules? And they're like, well, as long as it can fit in the car and they have the money. I'm like, okay. They were bringing home speakers and computers and TVs. I was just like, oh my goodness. So Paula, cayenne pepper and water. Yeah, I do that too. I mean,
So if we just sprinkled, I know you've done stuff with the cayenne pepper and water, but if we just sprinkled cayenne pepper on the plants, would it hurt the plants?
Sure. No.
Interesting.
No. Shirley, I think your flowers are lovely. Thank you. Lee, we bought deer mesh fencing, lightweight, not much to put the wrap on garden. No deers, no rabbits. Yeah, the deer just trampled over it when I did it. Susie, daughter's washer quit, 2 years old. Repairman said $600 fixed. She bought a part on eBay. It didn't work. Looked on YouTube, fixed the washer with a piece of foil. Oh my goodness. Wow. CC is on carnivore and losing weight. Yeah, I need to try it. I've done so many diets. I know that I can do it. I just have nothing left in me to even try. Paula says, you have a reason to live. All of us who wait for the latest video. Thanks. No pressure. Oh, that's funny. But thank you. Do you know what this means?
No, I didn't know if it's ceviche, if that's some sort of a thing.
Loretta, I don't know what your question is. Says ceviche or something. Have you made any? I don't know what that is. I mean, I guess I could Google it real quick. She says,
It might be that
is
sometimes people type something in and the first half of the word ends up not translating somehow.
A popular cold dish from Latin America, from Peru. Never heard of it. Fresh fish cooked by marinating in citrus-based mixture. I have not done that. Interesting. The acid from the citrus juice denatures the protein in the seafood, causing it to become opaque and firm, similar to how heat would affect it. Huh, interesting. I have never done that before. Might be interesting to try. Hello, Leona. Glad you made it. Nancy, get a beagle. Absolutely no more bunnies. Yeah. Jim, a summer home in Alaska? Yeah, that would be nice. Shirley, it is hot in the UK. Yeah, that's what I heard. Norlene, hi, thank you for everything you do. For love from Australia. You're welcome. Thank you for watching. Jenna, do the teacher schedule. Yeah, we have kind of done that the last few years. And I kind of this time, I mean, if you guys have noticed, I just have not done any videos hardly at all. I just am tired. I don't feel like doing it, so I just haven't been doing anything. Susie, the squirrels and rats are what destroy the thing here in Texas. I believe it. Lee, Tara, have you tried lightweight deer fencing? Yeah, no, I had. The rabbits, something chewed a hole through it, so the rabbits just got in, and then the deer just trampled over it. And I have a whole bunch of it, but it doesn't do any good. Tammy, we were given a tray of boneless pork chops. Any ideas how to cook it? So you could put them in the crock pot with some water and some bouillon cubes or chicken stock and boil it and take the meat off and make green chili. You could put it in the crock pot and add some barbecue sauce and make barbecue pork chops. You could add just seasoned salt. You can add mozzarella seasoning. Dining on a Dime Volume 1 has homemade shake and bake if you want to know how to do that. We have peachy pork chops in here that's really good. That's like a 4-ingredient recipe. I've made that forever. Maybe I should make that. And the peachy pork chops in here are on our website, livingonadime.com. Those are super good. It's really good.
Yep, it is.
Denise says she loves all 3 of our cookbooks. You will not regret having them. They're so nice, flat when reading. Yeah. So that's the nice thing. By the way, the green ones are gluten-free, dairy-free one. But we pay extra to have a special binding so that they will lay flat even at the very beginning of the books. So that is a special binding that we have done. Jay No More says, I've been achy from Farwell starting with the near 100 temps. Yes. Lori, does your dairy-free include butter? Yes, it does. What I do is I take butter and I boil it down and I make ghee out of it or clarified butter out of it. You can send me the next one. And it takes the proteins fall to the bottom. The milk protein, that's what gives me the migraines. So it falls down to the bottom. And then I separate the fat from the proteins and I just eat the fat, which is ghee.
Did you just do 6?
So I think so, yeah.
Okay, then we're getting short then.
Yeah, so somebody said we all have appliances, but they still work. I was thinking about replacing them, but after watching you, there's no way. Do not. If your appliances are working, I don't care how much you hate them, do not sell them. Do not get rid of them.
That's our advice right now.
I'm dead serious. If you don't like the color and you're changing the color of your kitchen, take it to a car shop and have them spray it for you. I am dead serious. If I had my grandma's 40-year-old refrigerator right now, I would be telling her, Grandma, I want your refrigerator. Because it is absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. Let's see. What brand so I don't get it? Chrissy, of the fridges, Frigidaire, Whirlpool, Amana are the ones we had, but LG and GE have lawsuits against them because the compressors are going out and they're not fixing them. The year warranty doesn't even cover the compressor. Are you kidding me? Absolutely absurd. There's no reason for it. Susie, I have plans to get things done around the house, but don't feel like doing a darn thing. Yeah, I totally get it.
It's funny because on the appliances, we can repair ourselves, or we can improvise, or we can do something completely different with all of the appliances except for the refrigerator. But the way refrigerators work and the way they're regulated by the government, we can't build our own. Our boys wanted to build one. I think that would be really cool, but it's not like some of the other appliances where we could get by. Like if we kept having dishwasher problems and they just never ended, we just wash them by hand.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of stuff, but things like the dryer and the washer, we could figure that out if we had to fix those. But refrigerators, unfortunately, we're kind of hostages to that.
Yeah. Money Mama, I'm currently making banana bread, but I don't have any sour milk. How do I make sour milk? Just add a tablespoon of vinegar or lemon juice to your sour milk, and that will sour it. I think it's only a quarter cup, so don't do a tablespoon. Do like a half a teaspoon. I think it's only a quarter of a cup. It's in volume 1, also on our website, livingonadime.com. But it is, I'm like 1,000% sure it's a quarter cup because I've just made it so many times. But let me just flip through really, really quick here and see if I can find. It is on page, where'd it go? Aha! Page 124 in volume 1 of Dining on a Dime cookbook. Oh, your wife is wonderful.
I know that. I've been telling you that.
It is a quarter of a cup. It's only because I've made it 1,000 times, so I have the recipe memorized. So I would just add like a half a teaspoon of vinegar or lemon juice. Ohio girl. We call that a summer kitchen. Yeah, that's exactly what you need. Our 190-year-old farmhouse had one, but we tore it down. It was in bad shape. Yeah. Diane, November, I gave up pop, chips, milk, ice cream, lost 40 pounds, eating healthier, eating mostly keto, veggies, fruits. Very good. Gina says the gluten-free brownies are delicious. Oh my goodness, are they not?
Yeah. Oh, actually, the gluten-free ones are better than the regular ones. Those gluten-free brownies are amazing.
Yes, they are delicious.
Yeah.
Rebecca, when you buy used, it's new to you. Hoping y'all can find a fridge deal soon. Yeah, my son the other day, he was like, Mom, are we going to be getting a new fridge?
Now, when you say that, do you mean, are you going to be getting a new fridge? Or do you mean, are we going to be? See, this is our getting the kids to move out plan. No refrigerator. Sorry, guys. Good luck with that. Actually, there was something I was going to say about the appliances. Oh, it's funny because our appliance experience is making me think about the old days. I think there are probably several generations of people watching the video who don't remember this, but it used to be that there weren't that many things that had the guarantees.
Yeah.
And you just had to be super shrewd about buying it. And if someplace bought it, or if someplace made it and it didn't work very well, you might have somebody fix it, but you just would never buy that brand again, and neither would anyone else. But with all the whole guarantee thing, people have just gotten used to thinking, I mean, I think it's good to have the guarantees, but people have gotten used to it so that when you have the guarantee that doesn't actually guarantee anything, people will just go with it.
I mean, we could do without a dryer and we could do without a dishwasher, but a refrigerator and washing machine, you kind of need, those two.
We had that washing machine that we're using on the video a
I
couple
know.
years ago.
Yeah, I ain't doing that again. Oh my goodness.
No, that's what you had kids for.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, Paula, Speed Queen is what everybody says is great to do now.
Is that for refrigerator? I didn't know they made refrigerators.
Mm-hmm.
Denise loved our refrigerator with the kids thing.
Yeah, exactly. We realized, in 2 years we could be totally empty nesters.
Very strange. That would be very strange.
I have a feeling Mike's not going to deal with it well. I think I'll deal just fine, but I don't think Mike will deal with it well.
What? Why not? I can go around town and just chit chat with whoever.
Okay, I decided.
I would want to go visit them. Yes, for sure.
I decided I figured out your next job.
My next job. Okay.
Take a guess at what Mike's next job is going to be.
I thought you already figured out my next job about 2 months ago when we were out west a little bit from here.
West.
And we were spending the night at a hotel.
No. A job that's all year. I figured out Mike's next job.
Tour guide. That's what I would say.
Mike's going to be a taxi driver. He would be a good taxi driver. Don't you think? We're going to start a new taxi service in Sheridan.
Wow.
We're going to call it I Like Mike.
I like Mike. People would pay extra for Mike to come get them.
They would. They would. Well, I found out that one of the big problems with the hospital here is people get out of the hospital and they will have to wait several hours after getting out of the hospital for a ride home.
Wow.
I thought, how sad is that?
Amazing Grace, did you say Samsung has a lawsuit against it? Yes. They have a lawsuit.
LG, Samsung, and GE.
There's a lawsuit in progress against them for not repairing compressors. When people buy a fridge and the compressor fails real quick, they say, oh, that's not warranty covered. Sorry for you. And so then the people just have a boat anchor that they just bought for a bunch of money. So there's a big class action lawsuit. I don't know what's taking it so long because it's been going on for a while. So there must be some sort of huge controversy about it. But
yeah. TJ, have you ever tried taking beef liver supplements? I have. And I don't know why. The supplements made me sick, but I can eat liver just fine. And I have no problem eating liver. I could eat liver every day. So I have no problem eating liver. I'm good with that. Yeah.
You can have my share.
So I eat Mike's share. But yeah, Paula says we were empty nesters and adopted 17-month-old grandson. He's now 11. Yeah, something like that would happen to us. I could see that happening. Denise, yeah, it's true. It's terrible how long people have to wait for transport. It's actually sad for them. I know. I'm sitting there thinking, wait a minute. You just got out of the hospital and you have no one you can call to take you home from the hospital? And you have to wait hours while you're sick?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's funny because our two of our kids got LASIK surgery like 5 or 6 years ago. And there was somebody that had come for the surgery and could not find any family or friend to drive her home. So she said that there was a hotel. There was
across the street. It
wasn't really a street even. It was more like a driveway to a business. But there was a hotel across the street, that little street, and she booked herself a room there so she could just walk from the LASIK place over there, stay the night so she could, recover enough to drive home later. So I think it was cool that she thought of it like a mini vacation, but not so cool that not any friend or family member would take her. So, yeah. So,
I like Mike's taxi service. Start tomorrow.
Well, actually, so you actually mentioned a couple of you know what? I would love to be a cruise ship driver.
Isn't that called a captain of a boat?
Sure. Yeah. No, the thing I was remembering is, remember the one that you said I should do a couple months ago?
The tour guide?
So they had, we were at Yellowstone, and there was this, they have these antique, historic 1930s kind of, they're bigger than regular cars. What are they?
It was a tour bus.
It was a tour bus? Yeah. It was almost like a big
30s
station
tour bus.
wagon kind of,
yeah.
And it was a tour bus, yeah. And we were just talking about Mike doing that. I always thought it'd be cool to be a hiking guide or some other kind of tour
I think
guide.
You should apply for that job next year.
You want me to go to Yellowstone? Well, I could go to Europe. I'd be even further away.
Paula says she started hearing the theme to the Love Boat. I know. That's who he thinks he wants to be. What's his name? Captain.
I didn't say I actually think I want to be
name?
that. Captain Stubing.
Stubing.
It is funny. I don't remember why, but something's triggered me a couple times to have that song going through my head, and I started singing it one day just to be silly. Jack was.
It was pretty risque, actually.
Super
I wouldn't want my
confused.
kids watching that.
Oh, the show was?
Yeah.
I don't even remember.
Well, I didn't either, but I went and saw one or two. They were somewhere, and I was like,
There's a lot of stuff that we were seeing as kids that as adults I realized, what were our parents thinking?
I know. All right, guys, please visit us at livingonadime.com. Thank you for joining us. You can get all our recipes and tips at livingonadime.com. Also, our cookbooks are on sale for 25% off right now from our website. That's the only place you can get them new. livingonadime.com. We will see you guys next time.
Bye.